Okay, we are back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be looking at an awesome ivy tutorial to take your crafts to the next level. Without further ado, let's get crafting! Okay then, so this is quite a simple technique, but we are going to need a few supplies. Firstly, I've got these roots from the garden. These are just dried plant roots, and all these are going to be for is to give the illusion of a stem or a vine growing, whatever you want to call it. Next, we're going to need some polyfibre. This is sometimes called teddy bear stuffing. So the type I have is made for scale modelling. It's by Woodland Scenics, but you can buy it quite cheap as teddy bear stuffing. Now that stuff comes white, but it's very easy to colour. All you need to do is water down some acrylic paint, brown or green, soak the white polyfibre, and then lay it out on a sheet of baking paper, non-stick baking paper overnight for it to dry out, and it will colour just fine. Now, we also need some scale model leaves. These are by a company called Noch, N-O-C-H, and I like to use two different colours. It just gives a more natural look. The glues we'll need, I'm going to be using super glue to attach my roots to the building, with a little activator so it sets instantly. And for the polyfibre and the leaves, I'm going to be using PVA based tacky glue. So tacky glue is just like PVA, but it's a bit thicker and a bit stickier. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this is a little project I'm working on, the tower in. And I would like to have some climbing ivy up the side of the tower. So the first step is to secure the roots. These are going to represent the vines or the stem or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to use a little dab of super glue to fix it in place. Oops, come out a bit fast that. And a super glue activator so it sets instantly. I'm just going to press this against the wall. Doesn't have to be perfectly clean, I mean. If it's a bit messy, that's alright, because we're going to cover this up with our leaf matter. So here we go. It doesn't have to look perfect, because once we put the leaves over the top you're not going to see this very well. We just want the bottoms to be showing. Okay, the next step we're going to add the polyfibre. So the first thing we need to do is just to stretch it out into a thin sheet. We want it as thin as we can. Just take your time and stretch out these fibres. Once we're happy, we're going to tear off our sheet, and using some white tacky glue we're going to stick it to our wall. Now we can tidy this up later. It doesn't have to be perfect at this stage. Okay. Just gonna add it to the glue. Make sure it's nice and pressed in. And we'll tidy up the mess later. All the excess bits, we'll trim them down. Okay, So now our polyfibre's in place, we're going to leave this to dry and then we're going to trim it down. Okay, so this glue's pretty much set now, however the polyfibre is still a bit too bushy for my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim it back a bit with some scissors. So that is just about how I want it. Okay, so the final step is to add our leaves. These are just model railway leaves, and it's quite a simple process. So what I'm going to do is, using an old bit of sponge, I'm just going to dab on white PVA glue onto the top of these fibres. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I like to use different shades of leaves, so I've got two different colours here. I've got a dark green and a light green, and all I plan to do is sprinkle them over the top. That's so. I'm going to add some of the yellower leaves, the light green. Okay then, so what I've done to finish off is I've just gone in and blown away the excess leaves and then dusted down everything with a paintbrush to just tidy up a little bit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I create my ivy. Now if you found this video tutorial useful at all, then please like and subscribe. I do have plans to make other similar tutorials in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next time.